Welcome one, welcome all, welcome. I am Bridger, and we are back. I believe we should be able to continue our game last time. Stream 1 end. Yes, there has been a small update to the mod, but it wasn't enough to break the save. I think it was the hotfix patch that was put out that actually broke the save for whatever reason, but our save is fine. If those recall the previous video on this series, Bravo 1, we actually had the author of the mod came in and said hello, and we conversed with him for a bit, Dr. Kane. Actually, for them, I don't know. I don't want to assume, but Dr. Kane had some cool insights and took my suggestion of improving the Watchtower line and has changed that in the mod, so we can see that in action here. How's that for quick feedback? So, the Watchtower line, theoretically, maybe it's not actually here, huh? It did say that it added the ability of Watchtowers to add +1 militia, but maybe it's just not showing up on the tooltip. Or maybe when you start a new game, that would be the case. Either way, we're not going to dwell on it. We're in the classical era. We just got here as the Maya. The reason that we went with the Maya is because we need industry. We need production. We need to build. Look at these cities. We got this city sitting here with 198%. And that's with 3 attached territories? 2 attached territories, sorry, 3 total. This city's sitting here with 160% with 1 attached territory. And we finally got our 3rd city up and running, and it's got 175% surplus. So, needless to say, it's actually going to be a little lower when we attach this territory, but we desperately need to get these things producing. I think maybe if we'd waited one more turn, we could have gotten the, the Harappan Special District built in this area, so it's a shame that we didn't think about that. But we're very distracted talking to Dr. Kane, so let's continue. Okay, so they built... Oh, they actually took Urkies from the independent peoples that were over there. Meanwhile, we've been trying to get Sus to join us, but boy... we need to get a lot more social and a lot more economic. So that's in order to decrease these costs, because the global proximity in part determines your cost here. So the closer we get to there, the better in terms of cost and getting Sus to join us here. Alright, that all having been said, we need more influence. Now, how are we going to do that? Let's take a look at classical era. We're getting writing because we probably also need more money. 103 is not bad, but let me guess, we are probably really far away. Yeah, we are really far away. And as soon as we connect this in, we'll get an expansionist star. That's not bad. So what else do we have coming up on the docket? Anything that can improve our influence. Well, this is probably the only one that can. I'm also considering this. It doesn't require iron, and it will give us a archer unit that is a little bit stronger than the base archer unit. It also unlocks swordsman, and I would feel more comfortable with that being a thing. So we don't have to worry about researching it when something terrible happens. I also want the freedom to take care of philosophy, but at the same time, hydrology is so good. Because we have a lot of rivers. Okay, so we're doing that, then we're doing standing army. Then we'll do philosophy. And then we'll try to get to rhetoric as fast as we can to get the extra influence. I don't know if we'll still need it then, so I'm actually going to hold off. We queued up 4. That is more than enough. We do have iron, as it turns out. Fantastic. I believe we are really in a decent position to potentially act as a merchant in a future turn. Okay. So we have been building Oh, we've got runners here. I think I kind of want to add these guys to this outpost, which will add them to this city. So that'll sort of get a jump start of extra population down here. Right now, it's got 0, but it will have some soon. Now we've got to decide how we're going to build this. Now, this district is a religious district. It adds 3 industry per number of attached territories. So that'll only add 3 to this city, but it's still better than nothing. And 4 per adjacent maker's quarter. And each silk gives us an extra thing. So if we built this, we'd get 9. And if we build a plain maker's quarter, we only get 7. So we're going to build it in a place where it's going to be adjacent to 3 other maker's quarters for sure, and that's these 3 right here. And in the future, this is probably the right place to build our maker's quarter, which will boost that up. Once we get those 2, we can consider building food-based farmers' quarters to this territory. So that's good to go. We've got warriors here. And what else do we have here? Now, these runners, they're just falling behind in usefulness. They are not great. Is there any city that has got lots of... I think we just bring them down and add them to this city. Just really get it pumping. But at the same time, we don't have enough food infrastructure here. 10 food. It's not awful. We could also pay to speed this up a little bit. 23 would jump to 32. That seems good. No. For food, we're definitely going to take the 4 food that we're probably going to put right in here, but we have to wait until that's done. So, I'm going to take... Oh, I got to do control in order to get the right ones. I'm on it. Alright, these 3 runners, because they're slowly becoming outclassed with the new military technology, despite the fact that, oh man, it's got... Oh, wait a minute. No, we determined they upgrade to scouts, to the scout horses. That's right. So we can keep these veterans, and does this guy have at least some experience? He has barely any experience. But, you know, it's probably cheaper to just upgrade them. I have a lot to do with my production. So having scout horses is actually pretty good, so I'll hold on to them. To light horse, I should say. Not scout. Light horseman. Alright, now I've got the semblance of a real army that isn't just a bunch of runners. Because we want to have that. If somebody suddenly decides they aren't happy with us...
Tell me what is on your mind.
The other thing that I read about is that the base price of each good goes up for each person who's already bought that good, which is a really cool thing. And it's something that makes a lot of sense. But it means, hey, you want to get really in early on those base prices. Dr. Kane's back in the chat. Welcome. Welcome. Do you know anything about the base price and how it goes up? I remember seeing a thing on the wiki that linked to a video that the devs did where they said that the base price of a good goes up based on how many people have already done. And I always thought it was, okay, it goes up over time, because I noticed that it was higher later, and I assumed it was some inflationary thing. But the fact that it's based on other players' actions is pretty cool. Do you know if there's an easy formula for that, or is it some complicated equation? Oh, the mod won't update until you enter the mod browser in-game, which will update the mod and probably break the save. So let's stay clear of that. That's a good idea. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Is super valuable information. I know that when I've gone in the mod browser, I've seen it suddenly download a bunch of stuff, but it didn't occur to me that would break the save, which it probably will. So, all right, let's not do that. All right, so we've got our pseudo-defensive army here, and I've always been trying to figure out, so stability from units. Do the units need to be in a district in order for that to happen? Because we can see that we're getting 15 from units right now, despite the fact there's only 2 units in a district, and I think it's 5 per. So it seems really odd But there's 15 now. Maybe that hasn't changed over the course. Maybe there was 3 units. And I think they have to be in an actual district, or maybe at least in the exploitation area of the city in order to be counted for the stability purposes. Because I've noticed that when units are way out in the periphery, they don't tend to count towards stability. Alright, now we can attach this here. Much better. There's our expansionist star. We've got another one to attach, which will get us another expansionist star. Alright, and immediately we're going to look... Oh, that is actually not where we want to put that. No, 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 no. How is one of these not better? 2. Oh, I guess... Oh, it's all scrub brush, isn't it? Oh, we got a job for these guys after all. They gotta go... Well, it's actually... We gotta go north here. I mean, we could also cut down the scrub brush, but it would just be dry grass underneath. And honestly, we've got some good stuff, but maybe we don't want to do that. All right. So we definitely need to put this here. It's not a lot now, but the next one out will be pretty good. And then if we build like a diamond of farmers' quarters here, it will give us quite a decent boost in the future.
Do something clever today. Sign this
The
treaty.
Assyrians want a non-aggression pact. Well, we aren't anywhere near the Assyrians, who are up here in the corner with only 1 city, apparently, so that seems like an okay thing. We don't want to make them mad. We want them continuing to buy our goods. We're trading with them. They're trading with us. Everybody's happy.
Let's make it so.
What are we not buying? Coffee. There was a coffee there we weren't buying, and we can't, so we don't have a lot of money. Ambergris. We could buy another one. It'll give us flat science, it looks like. Let's double check and see if we're right about that. What are we getting? 79.8 right now. It was the next one over, right? Not coffee. 8 stability and 5 science. Because we already have 1 ambergris. So we shouldn't actually get the 8 stability. That's a misnomer, right? It should only be the 2. 79 went up to 95. Oh, per city. That's right. It's 5 per city. So that's actually pretty dang good. Probably worth. Hashtag worth. A new civic knowledge authorities. Now this is actually really good. Oh boy. Science per number of trade routes in this game. We have a lot of trade routes going through. Let's see. Our capital, 7 trade routes. Here we go. 23 trade routes. 12 trade routes. So, like, we are the key for these 2 people on the subcontinent to trade with the rest of the world, apparently. Although they do have access to oceans, so... But probably all the way to the Babylonians, they don't have a discovered route or something to that effect. Use that ocean travel. Alright, what's next? I think we're gonna cut this forest down, though. We want this to be our food-based area. And so cutting this forest down will help make that farmer's quarter a little bit better when it does come out. And this one too. We'll cut these forests down, make this all about the food. And then down here, this also could be all about the food, but it's not nearly going to be as good unless we get that particular religious tenant that makes dry grass better. But we've also got, once we can get out here, we can get a nice triangle of food here too. But this is all going to be makers' quarters down all around these here. So
An enormous leap forward
I accidentally right-clicked
from
it.
mundane tallies of crops.
That should make you popular.
Let's continue the planned cutting of trees, and that will hopefully... Uh-oh. A new grievance.
Your empire is an enigma.
So they are oppressing our people in an area that I definitely can't fight over right now. I like this cool mountain in the middle, though. The Lonely Mountain. It's got a nice woodland area here, but it's dry grass. Not a lot of food in this territory. It's one really big territory, though. The fact that it's got ebony is nice, and silk, but both of those are already purchased. Now, this is the one that has the most extreme situation where we need to build some... okay, here we go. That's not bad. Food there. And probably food right here. Actually, that's probably a good spot for a commons quarters, except that we lose access to the 4 food, which kind of sucks. But we don't need the commons quarter. What am I saying? We just got done talking about how we've got way too much stability on these. So another food here. But although that is even better. So let's hold off. And we need maker's quarters to help us. A 14 for that. Because we've got you got an extra mountain plus an extra couple of maker's quarters. Although this might be the spot for this guy. That's 28. Oh, beautiful. Yes, it is. And then we can also build over here. Oh, yes, thank you. That looks gorgeous. And we're actually... The palisades, I was going to build them for stability, but I think I actually want to build them for defense right now. I don't like this at all. Hold up.
You come to me with a proposition. Let us see what
They're
is possible.
pleasant. They don't have any demands. Their war support is trailing back to 0. The other thing that... When we have treaties, I thought that your war support equilibrium changed. Every treaty that you sign lowers your war support equilibrium by 5. And I thought I remember seeing that. I read that on the wiki, and then I thought I remember confirming it myself. But maybe that's not the case anymore. Or maybe it only applies to alliances. We could take their copper and horses. And I can't buy the other one, but copper will help us get production. Now, that, to me, I'm very concerned. Animal Barns is going to help us out a lot. But, in fact, I'm going to hold off on the food a little bit. We've already got 39. This is going to give us a lot more. I'm going for production and defense. And to be honest, I don't like that buildup. I need more defenders here. So let's go ahead and have them sit here for the moment and hold up while we build some extra units. So how about a spearman? And we've already got an archer in there. Let's put one more warrior. It's not perfect, but it'll get us there. And I think our capital, which has all that building it needs to do, including some units, I think we're going to use this land raiser ability, turning everything into industry. It's gonna really slow down our science, though. I think we still have to do it. Because getting through these 3 as fast as possible is going to be super valuable to shooting our production through them. Meanwhile, down here, the forge is a massive boost. The lumberyard's going to be okay, but I think we could make do with more maker's quarters. Now, here's the problem. All of these areas that only have 1 production, these light rocky areas, they're not great. And these areas over here are better. So I think we put this here. Sorry, no, we put this here for 14. And then we put this over here for 11. That looks right. And then we'll put a couple maker's quarters there and there. We'll wait until we actually finish those before we decide where to put the next thing. Because this also has a decent amount of food. And it will get more once we get that those horses. Just make sure YouTube is seeing this okay. They are. Fantastic.
Hail, friend. I have a notion.
He wants open borders. Maybe he wants to fight with somebody else. I'm okay with that.
You are as just as you are wise.
And can I buy the horses? I can. That will actually give, I think, +5 food to every one of my cities that has built the animal barns. There it is. So now they're getting 20 food. Beautiful. So, it's unfortunate. That's a forest. Okay. So this can have 3 around it. We could also plant forests on these areas later if we really wanted to. Alright, this is a regular maker's quarter. We put another maker's quarter here. Or this specialty one. Oh, why can't I build here? Oh! There's already a copy of the district? This territory? Oh, I've already constructed it here. Got it. Yeah. So here, Or there. Oh, interesting. No, I think this is where we want that to be. I think we need to plant a forest there. Can you plant a forest in a district that's already been constructed? That's an interesting question. Anyway. These guys are still cutting down the tree, which give us a little bit boost in the near future. A new wonder can be claimed. But boy, we do have a lot of use for this influence. So the question is, do we want to spend our influence some, I don't know, probably 400. Bonus science per district and abysmal stability. Abysmal. Colossus is extra militia. Bonus vision range on unit. And militia aren't lost over time. Well, I feel like we're in a very defensive position while we try to build up our infrastructure here. Because we're in the center of the map, we could be attacked by anybody. But we also have this. We just don't have time to build that wonder, but should we claim it anyway and get to it later? Oh, we've also got the statue of Zeus as an option. Bonus faith. How's our faith doing? It's doing okay. It hasn't really pushed out, and we haven't had time to even build another obelisk of the gods. What's your strategy, guys? Do you build these directly in your cities, where you can take advantage of future infrastructures and stuff that give you bonuses to your religious districts? Or do you build them out in the boonies because they don't actually have any exploitative abilities? I think in the beta at some point these had exploitative abilities and they basically were crazy good. So the other option is, not option, but we've got a wonder. If we use that wonder, we can put it basically anywhere and it'll exploit all 6 tiles and the one that it's on for everything. So if there's a spot out there that would be very good. Ooh, yeah, right there. That's pretty good. We'd get all of this river plus this, and well, that's going to be its own thing at some point, but that's not a bad spot for a wonder. It's quite good, I say. And it will give stability to the capital. All right, I'm sold. So statue of Zeus, extra faith might not be bad. Extra money per alliance. We do seem to be having a sort of passive thing here. However, the lighthouse would help us potentially get to the new world and expand there. The fact that we have an open coastline here suggests that we might want to try that. So I think, but the lighthouse has to be built on coastal water or in a lake. And it says it exploits the production around it. That's ocean. Coastal water. It wouldn't be able to exploit a lot. So yeah, I'm thinking a land-based one. And in that case, we either get bonus science or a little bit more money and faith. And I think the faith will help us in the end. So we're going to take Zeus. Oh, it also gives extra stability, though, doesn't it? Extra stability on city and outpost beyond the 20 that everything does. So we're claiming that, and then we're going to be really sad that we lose up all of our influence again, because it's going to take forever to get this outpost attached to our capital now. But it is what it is. So promote a man of ambition, or marginalize this guy. I think we promote them. Although, hang on, this... Okay, that doesn't have any effect. Yeah, I think with regards to our Seuss people here, it's about social and economic, and that one has nothing to do with those. So we're going to promote this guy. The Celts have arrived. Religious conversion has started. Another grievance. which I think we're just going to let the grievance sit there. There's no real benefit to renouncing a grievance as far as I can tell. Like, maybe the AI likes you a little bit more, but even then it hasn't been clear. But giving up a grievance and then determining later that you wanted to use it, I think, is a bit of a
Do something clever today.
problem.
Sign this treaty.
I could get more horses, that's more food.
You are as just as you are
Ah, but it's too much. We'll get it next time. Now it should be enough.
How you doing, friend?
Not her. Who was it? I remember.
A pleasure.
There she
Yes,
is.
greetings. I hope you don't mind if
No.
I stare.
Really? There it is.
Yes, greetings. I hope you don't mind if I
The
stare.
teal. Or no, the Assyrians are black, actually. I'm sorry. Her shirt is teal, and it got me thrown. So we're going to get that. That's extra food for all of our cities. And our capital is looking for more industry, and it's getting it through the main method, that one might. These guys have finished cutting down that forest, which gave us the extra food, and I believe get us the extra production, sort of boosting the production here. And we can boost the food as well again this way. And then we can boost the production again. This is just a little forest, so that seems right. And then we can surround it with maker's quarters over here to make it good. We do want to make sure all of our specialty districts have been constructed at some point. Unfortunately, this district doesn't have a good spot for it. I guess it is what it is. But there's no one spot where I might consider building it. We could plant trees somewhere over here. In the future. We'll put it there for now. Alright, of these guys, I think I'm going to have this one with the no experience just go right into the city. Just juice those pops. Juice pops, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Now, what these scouts could do is help reveal the fog of war and give me a good spot for a garrison. We're going to be fighting a battle on our outskirts. These guys... There's a redoubt over here that we have to go deal with. Ugh. And we are not in a position to do that yet. We're still building up our military. Alright, well, let's jump that ahead of time, I guess. This first one's going to be real good, but... I guess we bring these guys up. These guys might come to burn this. I gotta go break that redoubt. Oh no, they left. Good. Oh, they had a battle with the Seuss guys, and the Seuss defeated them, it looks like.
With 5 makers' quarters, an empire could build all sorts of interesting and troublesome things.
Alright, hydrology researched. So, this would be plus 34 food for only 2 turns of effort. Insane! And what about this one? 28 production for only 2 turns of effort. So yeah, let's do that.
Hail, friend. I have a notion which would benefit us both.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
anything
cannot
that makes
dispute
this
the
guy like
benefit
us.
in
Honestly, we're such a good relationship with this guy.
Magnificent! The future beckons.
Oof. We got all those resources too. I kind of wish it said on here whether we had these resources or not. I kind of have to go back out here and look. We do not have obsidian, so we'll probably look to get that one eventually. The Assyrians are now known as a thief. So the cost of this is now 1125. Ah, I can finally look to maybe attach this to the capital very soon.
This is something you need to see.
So this is dark green. Definitely are going to be looking for that. They are down here in the south, but the purple are between them and us, so we don't have to worry about dealing with them just yet.
Yes,
Alright, we've got our 4. We know there's a redoubt over here we need to go deal with. And next turn, let's see if we can get this attached to our capital. We can. We'll attach it, which will give us a good boost on everything. One of the expansionist stars is earned. What puts us at just in the lead. But second place, these guys are still in the ancient era. Oh boy, they have a lot of growing left to do. Do we propose an alliance with them? We might. We might propose an alliance with Orange. Their borders with us do seem bit tenuous. If we were going to attack anybody, it's probably not the guys who have all these resources, right? We do not want to risk this. Although, unfortunately, they are very expensive here. The dye will help us with our industry. Build more things. Build bridges and such. And once we get the food and production going a little bit, we need merchants' quarters as fast as we can, and science quarters as fast as we can. So, let's see. In honor of your most famed rule, we give a special horse. We ride the horse and potentially fall, giving us stability, or minus... let's do this. No. We don't want to go away from that. So I think we're gonna use our pride and fall on it probably. Oh, there's the redoubt. It's not even in our territory. Ah, it is what it is, I guess. These guys are still at 1125, still very expensive. What's going on
Something
here?
to make our affairs more civil?
So, armies can travel through each other empires' territories except within city walls. Beliefs and ideas are shared more freely. So, that allows their religions and such to get a stronger hold, but it also allows our religion to travel more freely as well. So this might look to those hydrology ones as well. Or did we already get it? Artificial reservoirs. Yeah, I guess we did. And then this is +6 only. I guess we don't have as many rivers down here as we do over there. Although, we could if we built north to here. But what I really want to be is the Kemmer next era. Are they the one I'm thinking of? Yes, they have my favorite district in the whole game that counts as both a maker's quarter and a farmer's quarter and industry per adjacent river. This thing is made for me right here. We want to get to that. So I don't know what to do with this redoubt. Do we go and try to torch it? I think we can't actually torch it if it's on somebody else's territory. Will he be mad? Or will he like us more because we helped him out? Let's find out. It's only an outpost, right? So that means there's no... Uh-oh. Attitude degraded? How come?
You come to me with a proposition. Let us see what is possible.
We are ransacking their territory. Yeah, but it's a redoubt. Okay, fine. We're not ransacking their territory. Are you happy now? Didn't seem like it went fixed, but I guess better than nothing. The Egyptians are suspicious of us. They would be. The Egyptians and the Maya, monument builders both, they wouldn't really get along, right? I don't know what to do with this army here. We don't have great roads. The Kemmer's great, but are they better than the Mississippians for the river strategy? You know, I haven't actually looked at the Mississippians. I only just unlocked them via the linking the thing. 3 industry on industry-producing districts built on a river. 3 money on money-producing districts built on the river. But I don't like building districts on river because then you lose output. It really frustrates me. That's why I like the Kemmer, because they have a building that you can build on a river and it maintains both great outputs of food and production. Because, you know, you get this thing that says +2 food on river, and then you build a maker's quarter on it, and it stops producing the regular food and the bonus food. But it does produce the extra food from this, but it was already producing the extra... Yeah, I mean, you get it. It always frustrates me to lose those resources, because there should be a more effective way. Who downgraded their treaty? The Olmecs. Oh boy, I pissed them off way too much, apparently.
You have my ear. Tell me what you wish
I can't try to
discuss.
do that again, but maybe if I renounce this...
It's not worth worrying about.
I can only assume in these circumstances that you're joking.
Incense we can afford, which is extra money. We do need money. There we go. That's not bad. It's an extra 15 money. Soon to maybe be an extra more, but geez, these pink guys are going to get it because I don't have the damn influence. Is there a civic I can do? Independent people. It's the wrong axis. Like, I can cut it in half with this, and I'm going to.
They may have more to offer than
But what
just
I was
their
hoping to
weapon.
find... Okay.
Assimilation does seem practical.
So this... -20 in religious district industry costs. I assume not just religious sites, but also the ones that are called religious districts. This is the one I was thinking of. Money per holy site for each adjacent district. So if you embed your holy district in there. Let's just hold off. We now need how much? We now need 563. Can we get to 563 before they can?
Something here.
Yes,
Maybe. Let's find out. We're going to try to get Seuss and take it from.
Over this way.
2 more turns, and then we can take Seuss. I think they might get it before us, though. They've got the influence. They can do it.
We'll keep an eye.
Oh. Trade everything. Do you have it? Ooh.
Makes good sense.
Ooh.
I
Oh, but they're
say
buying
yes.
most of them. Okay, but I'll buy what you do have here. And I'll buy your copper next time. Extra production, you see.
How you doing, friend?
There it is. So now I have quite a lot of copper and horses. So my city should be hopping with goods. This one needs more food. More food. There we go. That for now. Oh. A steed for a colossus. Prosperous on Harappa. Nice. Alright, this is the time. There it is. We grabbed the Seuss before they could. Standing army has been researched. So now we have the ability to upgrade our archers to those
An independent
javelineers.
people has been added to your empire. They may seem small, but great things can come from small beginnings.
So these guys are 18. And they have the indirect fire. These guys are 26, but they don't have the indirect fire. Which is unfortunate, but we'll get to it. What we also need to do, and I think we haven't done yet... Oh, no, we did. We already got the iron being constructed. Now, the Babylonians forgave me for stealing their independent people, so that's nice. My upkeep just shot through the roof, I'm guessing, here. Because I've got these 2 armies that I do not need, but nevertheless have. So what kind of districts do they build? Independent people always build the weirdest districts. Like, why is there a research quarter here in the woods? When they clearly desperately need what little woodland they have in order to produce production. And this is also on top of woodland. I'm not going to build on top of it right now, but honestly, I probably should in the near future. Like, this should be an entire productive area. Especially because they've got some stone fields here. Anyway, it's now got something to occupy itself with. And these guys, I think I'm going to have them... Actually, you can hang here, because if there's some place that's going to get attacked, that one is the most vulnerable, I believe. So now we've got this problem. City cap is above. That's interesting. From unknown. I know what it is. I think. Do I know what it is? Am I civics? Yeah, civics. There's a bug for you, Dr. Kane. This shows up as city cap from unknown instead of showing as from civics. But I think with philosophy close on our heels here, we'll be able to take advantage of this. If you're over your city cap, by the way, in this mod, it doesn't just reduce your influence. It actually does nothing to your influence. Unless you're under your city cap, then you get a bunch of bonus influence. But if you're over your city cap, it actually hits your stability. And it's only minus 15 to every city while you're over the cap by 1. But by 2, I think it shoots up to like 40 or something ridiculous. Okay. Dr. Kane tried very hard to fix this UI bug and could not figure out why. It was showing up as unknown. The Descendants of Kings. Oh, this guy. He always shows up and he's like, give me control of this thing. My parents used to own it. I think he's a joke. We're going to redress his grievances even though we don't really need it. Let's take a quick look at our situation here. This is giving us bonus combat strength. We don't typically need it. We could probably use more food. Money versus industry. So we kind of want to be more economic and, more collectivist and less individual. And then we want to maintain order in order to maximize our... Yeah, these guys are just going to chill right there. These guys are just going to chill right there. This way we'll have... Oh, that's right. We wanted to be more collectivist, right? Let's do it. These guys, I kind of want them to hang out over here, because this is another somewhat vulnerable area. This is vulnerable-ish. I don't know that I trust the purple, but it is what it is. After this is finished building its other district... I think it's building it over here. What do we build next? We'll find out. This one needs a new project. Over here... See, look at this. 4 production, 7 food? How can I give up 4 production for 7 food when what I want to build here is a maker's quarter in order to exploit the areas around it, which would actually... deny me 7 food! Ah! I don't want to build any districts here that aren't the Kemmer districts. Like, I need to go somewhere else. So I think that's why this is going to have to go down here. But it wants to go over here? Oh, because 5 from the waterfall. Whereas this should get 1 and 1. This only adds plus 5. That goes 2 to 16. This also goes 2 to 16. But this will be this here, and then we'll also put that there. And then we've got an opportunity to look around. Maybe there's some place with mostly dead... Yeah, we could put a triangle of market quarters right here in like the dry grass. And use that to start boosting our monetary income. We managed to get a scientist star, but I feel like... Actually, it looks like we're getting quite a bit of science. Kind of surprised at how good our science is going right now, actually. Although we've maxed out in science down in this quarter. City here. These guys are hanging out here. It's going to go a little faster now that we've basically figured out what we're doing. And we're now just waiting for those things to build. Oh, I want to order this, please.
Debate and discussion are
You
not the
have my ear.
pastimes of the
Tell me what you
idle,
wish to discuss.
but the actions of thinkers and movers
Yes.
who will touch every
Philosophy.
aspect of civilization.
Ah. This is right next door. I'm not 100% sure why it would cost so much. The base price is so high, that's right. We already determined it's partly because of the number of people who have already purchased it. Those guys have been selling like crazy to everybody around them, and they're running out of product. A man of ambition. Even without soldiers under his control, the one-time commander of the regiment is up to his old tricks. Oh, I shouldn't have promoted him after all. He now tries to rule the great city of Seuss by himself. What do we do? We could assassinate him? Or we could bribe him. Let's take a quick look at what that axis is about. Combat strength on unit. I think we want to go back the other way, get a little more stability, and more importantly, get more food. So that action is going to have those consequences. If we bribe him, we actually are going to go a little bit away from collectivism, if I'm reading that right. Yeah. Then I don't think we want to bribe him. I think we kind of want to assassinate him. Now we get to pick a new option. Fortifications with stone walls gives us better stability. That's not bad. Charcoal kiln could be good. I think we decided rhetoric might not be bad, but now we're kind of running out of need for our influence that we were looking for before. Start with that, and then we'll come back. Mounted warfare actually gets us the scouts we were waiting on. I want to be ready for the rush to the new world. And in order to do that, I need to build some harbors, don't I? Especially this harbor, which is going to be killing it. Unfortunately, God, it's so good. But I would like one here that makes it easier to travel to and from the world. I hate only having one harbor. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Should I go Norse? I guess I should go Norse. But I really want to be Kemmer. Yeah, I don't have a good solution to this problem. Counts as a farmer's quarter. I wouldn't mind putting a farmer's quarter here and then maybe making a little network of research quarters there. So 3 research quarters here, maybe with an option for a 4th, gives us decent boost to our research, and then our market quarters can go up here, so we can try to keep up in all aspects of life. Meanwhile, our stability is still way higher. This one is not quite as bad, but I should have built this harbor earlier. Ah, so we've also got the option to start building our statue of Zeus. So it doesn't show you a preview of how much you're going to make, but I think this one is really good. Because it also gets us the science. It gets us a bunch of rivers, which we already know give us some boosts due to some other things that we have. Like, I think our tenet about stability from rivers, is that our religious thing here? Yeah. So that gives us that option. Either way, Seuss needs some more basic development before it goes looking to add shared projects to its queue. I think that's this guy. And then let's look... Actually, this... it's not good. Not good at all. Let's see. We know we want the animal barns as well. And we know we're going to want the forge. Let's put the forge first. It'll speed up the animal barns. The maker's quarters will help us with everything. Seuss is just going to be sort of the redheaded stepchild of the whole place. Military camps, bonus for combat strength in districts. Wait, was that in any district? Oh. In or adjacent to the district on outpost. I really do dislike... You've looked into these tooltips, Dr. Kane. Why does it describe it that way? It just seems to be so like very mechanical, but more importantly, it could just say in or adjacent to outposts. Period. It just, the wording on those have always been so weird, and I don't know if it's a localization thing. Oh. Huh. Hey, we're fighting in an outpost. How convenient! Oh my. How are they even going to get down here? I guess they could run all the way around to this flag. I didn't get a chance to upgrade these guys. It's a bit of a problem. And they're attacking first. So they might just come right up at my archers. I think I gotta do... I think my archers gotta be back here. I mean, it's not ideal, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, they have archers too. Bunch of archers. Mine won't have any line of sight. Alright, so these guys are getting absolutely creamed. Then we're running downhill at them, killing them. So these guys can come over here and cream these guys. Oh wow, it can actually fire over the cliff? What? Okay, I'll take it. Oh, I don't want to lose those guys. Run away!
Go!
Murder them. Oh, you can go down like that? I mean, not yet, but apparently it thinks we can. Let's get a little bit more than last time. Come on. 18. That's not great. They were managed to kill him. I couldn't get him out of range. Alright, these guys can come down. Can these guys come here? Oh, okay, let's put them here.
Come over here.
Tooltips are automated, and there are some cases where it's very bad. The effect is actually +1 combat strength to units adjacent to garrisons. It's called outpost, but it means garrison? Because I know there's something that adds to garrisons too, but are you sure that that one is actually outposts? Or and garrisons and not outposts? Oh, we are getting the rear attack, even though they're not really attackable from that direction. Can't mess with the automated tooltip system. It's a feature that's been promised but not released yet. Custom tooltips are handcrafted, and that's why I have to create separate submods to translate it. I see. Well, rip that swordsman, and I guess, or warrior, I guess we'll upgrade this guy to swordsman in compensation, and we get our special javelineers. Although javelineers in this terrain would be terrible, we're still upgrading them because that's what I want to do. So let me double check. You're saying this thing right... Not this one. Not this one. This right here is on garrisons, not on outposts. Because that's a horrifying realization. Because this thing here is called an outpost. They found a new outpost. Garrison is a different term. Because there's definitely a technology that boosts defenses in garrisons, specifically. It might even be an infrastructure. I don't recall for sure. I do wish fortification gave some bonus, like half its bonus, to the outposts, like not outposts, to the administrative centers. Because administrative centers have always seemed very vulnerable to me. And I kind of wished that they had some fortification. Not that they have to be besieged in order to be knocked down, but just if you're defending in them, that they would be slightly more well defended. But But I'm see if I can find the thing I'm thinking of. There's definitely something that gives you a bonus to garrisons. Is it not that? That's bonus to stability to garrison, but it might be the next. No, it's not police force. I don't think it's that far up. This. Fortifications do apply to the admin centers. Okay, then I guess I just never noticed. Well, I don't see walls on them, so I guess that makes it less obvious. Pikemen and crossbowmen, great swordsmen, peasants. I swear there was one that gave you bonuses to defense strength of garrisons specifically. Fort. There it is. That's the one after City Watch, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? Is that the camps line? +1 combat strength in combat for units in or adjacent to all districts, actually, not just garrisons. At least according to the tooltip. But as we're learning, those are very unreliable. So what is camps? Is camps... Oh, camps is this one, right? Nope, that's training. Camps is the watchtowers. Okay, so the second watchtower makes your city districts give you better defenses, which is good. But wasn't there something that gives... Oh, some units have the Guardian ability that also boosts their value in districts. Alright, so we gained a new option here. Let's do Taoism... Islam. That's a nice little temple thing. Alright, so now we gotta choose. Respect the sea's bounties. Boy, I wish we had more sea's bounties, but we just don't. Ooh, reducing the cost of enacting civics might not be bad. But we're also pretty short on science. Not that we have a lot of research quarters yet, but I think we will very soon. I'm kind of concerned about our money. Yeah, I think we're going to go with money, actually. Give alms. Yield to none. I should have looked at that one. Both bonus war support on grievance trigger. So that actually makes it easier for you to attack people, basically.
I am listening.
There we go. Got an extra marble coming in now. Or actually, that's the first marble that we've had coming in. We have a load of resources here. Can't afford this. Can we afford it? Yes, we can. More production. I demand more. Alright, Dr. Kane says he stands corrected. Does that mean that that one is on outposts specifically? The fortifications thing? +1 combat strength and combat for units in or adjacent to outposts? Alright. I can consider this now. But how's this doing for districts? We still have plenty of room. If we built that, we'd get 9. We determined we were going to build us... Oh. Dry grass, but it's giving us 2. Oh! We have the Rappen bonus. Interesting. Okay. Well... We're going to continue to do what we planned on, which is... I wish I could queue up this right here. It's annoying that I can't. 1 CS units adjacent to districts with the tag Extension Camp Center, and the only districts that tags are outposts specifically. But not admin centers? Really? Annoying. But I guess if admin centers get the fortification you were talking about, then it's probably okay. Because let's see, we've got, this is 20 district fortification, and this thing that it's connected to also has some 15 district fortification. This city has no walls. I remember that, so it has no fortification? Oh no, it has... Wait a minute, 20 district fortification. This one has walls though, does it not? Don't the walls increase the fortification? Plus 15 fortification. Huh. So main plaza gets 20 district fortifications, but it doesn't... Okay, so I guess 15... No, because this... I don't know how that works. I don't know. Maybe it adds the 15 minimum. This over here has no fortification. So the 15... Oh, God. Okay, so... The main plaza always gets 20. Okay, the actual fortification is hiding up here, and this is for all the walls surrounding the city. That's it. Palisades and 15 from the city. So what's this 20 nonsense? Local fortification bonuses to those districts. Okay. So a unit standing in this district would have a total of 50 fortification on it if something was trying to attack it from the outside. Whereas a unit standing in a regular district wouldn't get those bonuses. Because this city should have only 15, but it doesn't have... So do all cities have at least 15, even if they have no... Yeah, the fences are 15, that's right. Alright, look at me, the
Your
expert.
first harbor. Fishing, trade, voyages of exploration.
Yay.
You will see many things out of this tiny window onto a huge world.
Can we build one of these boats to do a little exploring? I think we're gonna. And then we're gonna consider some other choices, like this one, because this is about to head under the dip under the stability bonus. So we are going to go ahead and build palisades here, even though, man, we're still short on industry. 117 seems like plenty until you start looking at what that actually buys, which is not a lot. This is at 339. That's what I'm talking about. 154, even that disgusts me. Although, Maker's Quarter counts as Farmer's Quarter, right? We could do Maker's Quarter here for 12. And more importantly, that gives us quite a lot of stone fields. So this should be a pretty big boost by the time we're done with that. It's only 3 turns. Yeah, 11. It'll actually even be more than that. I think it'll be an extra. It'll be 12 at least. Fortification is only useful as CS against siege weapons. That's right. Yeah. No matter the fortification value, the is fortified bonus to the unit is always 6, and that's as long as it has any fortification at all. Right? Even if the fortification is down to 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 50 or whatever. The Mycenaeans just made it to here as the Romans. Alright, hang on.
How do you do?
It would be nice if I remembered where the Mycenaeans were.
What do you want now?
Purple. These guys to the south of us. Alright, they might get a little expansion-y. Now, how's my relationship with the orange guys working? They're still condescending. Maybe I can try to get a treaty here.
This proposition should
Oh,
be
I
all our
torched my relationship with them when I tried to help by killing that stupid redoubt. Ugh. Alright, so the capital is still looking for things to do. I do kind of want to build garrisons and stuff, but, like, I still need to just focus on lots of other things. Food, it looks like, is... Whoa! Artificial reservoirs. Yes, please, for 40 food. My god. It's only 2 turns! This is only 1 turn! Alright. Now I want that public fountain as well. Right? Once your food is high, you want the public fountain to help growth. Am I remembering that correctly, or am I getting it completely backwards? So this would take us in the direction of that. This would take us in the other direction. Back towards stability. I kind of don't mind the extra science, so let's head towards a solar calendar. Now everybody's getting the classical era. I feel like I jumped too early, but I really did want those Mayans. There's our first science quarter, aside from the one we borrowed. New grievance
I
available.
am listening.
Hang on. Where the heck is this thing? Oh my. They claimed a territory on my border, this little island chain to the south. I won't begrudge them that. Especially because I like their ambergris. Give me more. Delicious science. Oh, you know what that is? That's the total it was showing me. Plus 10 stability is the 6, plus the other 2 at 2 each. That's how much I was getting at the time. Now it's saying 12. Is it 8 plus 2? Or is it 6 plus 2? It must be 8 plus 2, right? The first one gives me 8, and then the other 2 give me 2 each. That gives me to 12. And all 3 of them give me the plus 5 to science from all cities. Okay. Let's see. Meaning right now, we're getting 8 money, 8 stability and 5 money. So it's really hard to read this, but the way I read it is I would go to 10 stability total, an extra 2 per city, and an extra 5 money per city. Because I currently only have 1 incense.
Where have you been?
Let's take the extra money, baby. Although they had iron too, didn't they? I don't have enough for this one. I'm short by $9 reduced. Surely we can come to some arrangement. Yeah, now we got some light horse. I want this because I want the extra industry on all of my areas. That's not bad. But anyway, we can now upgrade. We just used all our money. But we can, eventually, upgrade those light units I had. Where did I put them? Where did I wind up putting them? Up north? Here, right? Yes! So we can upgrade these guys to horsemen and maintain the value of their veterancy. I don't like that Orange has started being condescending to me and stuff. Their war support is way too high. They went to Goths, that's why. They're looking for a reason to start a war, and I'm suddenly very nervous about that. So let's go ahead and add some garrisons in strategic locations. This is a beautiful defensive position on their border that I'm going to want to staff with strong units. So let's go ahead and take these guys and bring them up there. Oh, we're picking our next technology. Well, library's not bad at all. Money on emblematic districts. At this point, we'll actually have quite a few emblematic districts. Doesn't say how much this costs, does it? Isn't that odd? Doesn't it normally tell you how much production it costs? I guess not on this screen. Huh. But I am going to want ability to have a transport of units eventually, so that's not terrible. Plus, the Artisan's Workshop and the Charcoal Kiln are both pretty valuable. Now, we have enough to get some civics here. I think I want to boost professional soldiers, because I've got the industry to build guys. I've already got the guys built. Oh, I didn't have this. I can do this right now. It's going to skyrocket my science. Watch this. Let's see. Science is currently 181. I think it's going to jump up well north of 200.
There must be an awful lot in that wide world that the elders never even...
It jumped up by 100. Are you kidding me? Yeah, dry grass. That's where we're going to put our little merchant haven over here. I honestly dislike so much that the game encourages you to match districts next to each other. Because thematically, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, oh yeah, merchant districts make more money when they're right next to each other. Yeah, because trading things over long distance is never lucrative, I guess. What the hell? Everything's on too large a scale for what they're trying to do. None of it makes sense. These cities, I mean, based on the geography around them, By the time you're done, this world looks like Coruscant. Like every single piece of it is covered in urban centers, and that's just not how the world works. I would have preferred these hexes to be much smaller, but still have the same geographic features, generally speaking, in terms of distance and travel and things like that. Or the districts need to be much stronger, and you produce far fewer of them. The problem there is then you don't get an interesting game with regards to how you build your cities. It becomes really kind of boring and trivial because they take so long to build. So there's no winning there. I still hate it. I spent a long time workshopping in my head how I would rebuild the system to be the way that I want. And again, I think it would require these to be much smaller hexes. Like instead of this being a series of, 3, 3, 3, 3 to do this isthmus, that should be 5, 5, 5, 5. Just make them all much smaller so you can fit more on the board and have more empty space between districts. The next thing I would do is I would make districts always built around a central core for the most part. So you wouldn't be able to make these big, long, liney cities at all. It would basically be you build a city center, you build around that city center, and if you want to build somewhere else in the territory, you can plop down another, village or town, right? They do have that. It comes later. I don't remember where exactly. I think it's in medieval. Is this here? Not colony model. There it is. Hamlet is what they call it. It allows you to have basically a second city center. I would do that, and then the things that you build, like maker's quarters, merchant quarters, those kinds of things, they would only get bonuses for being adjacent to towns and villages. So you dot the land with these towns and villages, and then you sort of build things around them. I guess that's kind of a boring game, but it would make it look so much more, I don't know, I just don't like those. Verisimilitude there's weak. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the long and short of it. Now, we can't get better than pikemen anytime in the near future, so it is what it is. Trade expeditions. Yay. Does it tell me now what it costs? No. Let's go find out what it costs. That's not it. There it is. No. Where's trade expeditions? I just unlocked it. Oh, I bet you it's the second after it's taxation, isn't it? Oh, it's called levy administration. Jesus Christ. Bridger, get it together! It's got a different name. Alright, so if we look in that again, that's it. 855? What am I, made of hammers? What is that? That's too high. Alright, now that we got this guy, we can kind of go and explore down here. Oh, animal magic. Cats or ferrets? Which animal do we want envisioned in our spacesuit in the future? The thing about ferrets is they smell. Can't catch all the mice. They absolutely can catch all the mice. Cats are the best.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only
All right, we
your
got a lot of
friends
money.
know
Let's
this.
go buy
How
everything
do
we
you
can.
do, whoever you are.
Tell me what is on your mind.
Coffee is going to boost our food from farmers. I'll take it.
I bid you greeting.
We could also get more horses. No? Oh, we need a new treaty. What about now?
This
Ah, yeah,
proposition
you know you want me
is
to buy
in
your horses.
all our best interests.
Iron. Having another source of iron isn't bad, and if it's only 302, I'll take it.
With pleasure.
But there's also I think, an infrastructure that boosts your production based on iron. The forge was based on copper. This is based on rivers. There must be something later on. I don't remember where it is. It's not these. Fairly certain there was something that boosts it based on iron. Am I misremembering? That's not it either. Maybe iron... Okay, here it is. This boosts your experience per iron. Again, weird bonuses that don't make a lot of thematic sense, but okay, it's a game, it's a civilization, whatever. The Huns have a special interest in this place. Okay. The Huns. I believe you. So let me get on your bad side. Ah, there we go. Merchant Star. It took us a while to earn it, but we got it. So let's build another one of these. And then let's look at this. Bonus science per researcher. Bonus science on research quarter per adjacent research quarter. Yeah, we want to add those in at the end here. Because we are going to be sacrificing a little bit of money for some bonus researchers. That gives us 8. Like, man, levy administration. Ooh boy, a flat 12. I'm making 236, but I can't wait to spend 3 turns to get an additional 12 money. That just seems like such a bad deal most of the time. Like, when I got nothing else to build, I was like, okay, fine. You win, but... Alright, anyway. Let's see what's down here. Yeah, I guess it's plus 20% money on that city, but I guess I don't see it that way. I look at the overall and it just seems like such a weak thing. Then again, 3 or 4 turns to get, you know, a tiny amount of industry is actually considerably less valuable. And this one, the flat on harbor. If you have 3 harbors, great. If you have 2 territories with 3 harbors each, amazing. But... man, it just doesn't seem great. Alright, what do we do with this city after the pottery workshop? The Dome of the Merciful. This is decent on food, but it needs to be better. Let's go ahead and hit him up with some growth, and then... this guy right here, yeah... yeah, I guess if you look at it on a per-city basis, but it's not bad. The harbor is the one that's always bothered me more, but I think you've actually boosted the harbor. I think the vanilla harbor was like plus 3 food. It was even more ridiculous. Or plus 3 money? Yeah, I think the vanilla harbor is plus 3 money with that, whatever it was here. The, oh, it's gone now. Did I build it? No. Isn't there money? Yeah, there it is. The fishmonger. I think it's only plus 3 in vanilla. I think your mod boosts it to plus 5. And when I saw that, I'm like, this guy knows what's up. Because that plus 3 food was, plus 3 money was just so weak. Ooh, a wreck. Hey, there's plus 80 money. In 1 turn. Ooh, I like learning on 4 cities. I don't need the fanatical. Let's keep on pushing us towards science. We can get to those extreme bonuses, and we don't need the stability as much anymore. This one's back above 100 thanks to the walls. But because it's right about at 100, if I want to keep at maximum... influence. Can't really build any more districts here at the moment until I finish stone walls. Then I've got at least 1 more district to build. Foreign outposts allows us to buy trade routes cheaper. That might be valuable. And the rhetoric is not bad. An imperial power to get custom farm. Custom farm is actually pretty good. Because this is going to be like 4 turns to get a massive amounts of money. Right? 1 from ongoing trade. That city that's got 27 trade. Just look at that comparison. And plus the 2 per luxury. That's just icing on the cake. Hey, look, 100 gold in one turn. Yeah, I don't begrudge them taking this territory. They can turn it into a city if they want. It's not great. Kinda wish harbors could be built more than once per. One of the builder stars has been earned. Is that our first builder star? No, it's our second at least. I don't know if we're going to get to 56. We're going to run out of stability pretty soon. Because we're buying up all the resources we possibly can. Uh-oh, but if this is oil, then I will begrudge them that. But that'll be a long time from now. I won't begrudge them for quite some time. A map of the heavens. Do we militarize it? Or do we educate? I think militarize based on this. This is going to... 2 combat strength. I don't care about combat strength, but I guess we'll go towards industry or extra combat strength. Having that extra combat strength is something... I'm like, I don't need the combat strength. 5 turns from now when somebody declares war on me and I'm getting swarmed. I'm like, where's the combat strength? And our units are eagle-eyed or science investing. That I can get behind. But my science is actually through the roof right now. Because of that one civic that just blasted it into the ceiling, into the stratosphere. Is there a civic that blasts your money into the stratosphere the way that this one does? Because the 2 science per researchers on city or outpost, I cannot see that ever outdoing this, unless maybe if you're off to the side of the map and not a lot of people are trading with you. Maybe if you don't have a lot of resources, that one would be better. But I don't know. 3 common quarters, 5 territory. I don't have 5 territories? Does that mean 5 non-attached territories, basically? I don't know what that civic is. Patronage technology and meet at least 1 empire. Patronage is way up in... It's past... is it in medieval? Patronage. No, it's up into early modern, I think. Yeah. If you haven't met another empire by the time you get to patronage, something's wrong. Something's wrong with your map settings. Earn at least 5 merchant stars since the beginning of the game and meet every empire. How many merchant stars have we had since the beginning of the game? Is there even a way to tell? Yes, you can go back, right? So I've got 1 merchant star from this era and 2 from the previous era. So if I get these other 2, then that will trigger that civic. Anyway, science investing is not necessary. We need the money more. We're almost out of texture research, and I'm not sure I'm ready to go to the next era. Alright, we'll get this here. And then we'll look at... We don't have a harbor for that to make sense. Oh! 3 money. Money on market quarters adjacent to farmers' quarters, money on market quarters adjacent to luxury resources, and money on market quarters, period. Okay. 5 territory civic only unlocks in medieval era and later, but it doesn't say it. Ah! Yeah, fair enough. Now this is the one where the plus 12 money is actually going to be the biggest boost for us, because this is the only city I have with, I think, 2 attached territories. Or is it 3? It is 3. That's why it's up to 12. I'm a genius. Don't need stability on garrison. Alright, there's some more merchants. Conquest research. It also just grinds my gears when I found a thing using this colony and it's got 4 times or 3 times as many infrastructures as my oldest city. It feels so weird that infrastructures cost so much that my oldest city can't build half of them, and I found another one and it's got 75% of them. It's so weird. Like it expects you to have already been able to afford all this. Like, no, the hammers just don't come in that fast. Ooh, pearls. Okay, this is actually looking like a little bit more valuable than it used to with all that stuff. But it is what it is. All right, what are we looking for population? 26, 18. Oh, this is going to need some help, huh? 12 food from the granary isn't going to cut it. Neither is that, but them together might help. And did we get school? Okay. What about another farmer's quarter? We could get another 13 by putting it there. That does seem like the appropriate location. So we're going to try to juice this a little bit more in growth because it feels like it should be higher than 18. But it seems to have tapped out there. Seuss is only at 4. This poor little stepchild of the rest of this mighty empire is like, yeah, I'm building stuff too. A good job, Sus. Sus. We believe in you. Like, it needs quarters. I'm gonna build palisades, though, before I regret not having palisades on this most exposed area. It also needs my money. We determined that this is a woodland, and therefore should be a maker's quarter. We'll build another merchant quarter here into that. This whole big district of merchants.
Do something clever today.
The Huns want to share maps.
Yes,
They
I
are
cannot
friendly. We
dispute
could try
the
to have an
benefit in
alliance
that.
with them. You get bonuses for alliances sometimes. Let's do
We
it.
would all benefit from growing closer, don't
See-
you think?
Okay, maybe you can help me with this, Dr. Kane.
I'll take a
Because
look.
when I formed the alliance, my war support threshold appears to have cratered, which kind of makes sense. But why doesn't theirs? Okay, they're militarists. They should get a bonus 30. But the war support threshold for me went down to like 5. Theirs should go down to like 35, right? That's the militarist bonus. Default war support. Oh, it is 5. That's a graphical bug. We should both be at 5. But for some reason, their war support threshold marker isn't showing that it should go down. Okay, fair enough. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Well, I'd like to go grab that, but I do not think I can. Let's head over here. I'm going to try to reach out and see if we can at least see the new world over there. Get an idea of how close it is. This looks like the most promising spot, or this up here, depending. We're like going to go as far as we can travel in one day and then fly back as fast as we can the next day.
We've been going nowhere. Shall we try forward?
There is some
Shared
merit in
logistics.
this.
Units can be upgraded well within each other's territory, and they share transport infrastructure.
Yes,
Sure.
I cannot dispute the benefit in
I
that.
will counter that and suggest... Well, that's not as
I
good.
take much joy in this.
I'm going to leave. Can we get to here
Your
in one turn?
empire
We
becomes
cannot.
one of the giants, astride the globe.
Scientist star.
And what will you do with this power?
So, why is it going down and around? Is that fog or something? Turbulent waters. Those move around, do they not? I might just be waiting to see if that goes away. Just like the fog moves around it. Alright, we are running out of technologies to research. I'm going to get siege tactics, just to make sure I have it. And then we'll go around here. By the time we get here, we're going to need to go to the new era. We're going to start losing out on scientific advances. I think we'll be the first one to get there. Yeah, nobody else is chosen, so we can get the Kemmer if we want. Or we can get the Norse. They have the special Lank ship that can travel to the new world before everybody else. And they have a farmer's quarter / market quarter. Which is interesting. I kind of expect that the Norse do make sense for militarist, but this ship here kind of makes a little bit more sense for expansionist. Maybe we can go with an expansionist next time. It's really about...
Eyes on the water.
Maybe those don't move around. Let's give it one more turn and see what happens. So this one is still at 141%. Jeebus. So, +6 food. Oh, this is Seuss. Okay, I was thinking it was the other one there. Well... once we get here, I mean, we could do Farmer's Quarter and then Farmer's Quarter out to here along the coast. That wouldn't be terrible. This should be production. We're going to build over that. And then... over here we can build a triangle of something. Money or science, whatever we think we might need later. In the meantime, we're just going to hold off because it's going to take them long enough just to build those things. You know what? We're going to throw stone walls on there because, again, I'm most concerned about this being a little too exposed. It's got a very good defensive position if our erstwhile allies at the moment buy their copper. Yeah, let's boost our... not many people are buying that. Ah, now this city is not quite as poorly situated. So we're going to build to here. And then after that, we'll build farmers' quarters up on this bluff. And we'll see... what, building on top of a crater? You monster. We could go cut these trees down and build one here. I should upgrade all my military units while I'm thinking about it. While I have the money. Later I'm going to spend all the money and then go to war and be like, wait, what's going on? I'm also going to finish building up this army. So they have a swordsman, a javelineer, and a spearman. Let's get them one more swordsman. And then possibly... yeah, I don't think we want more than one javelin. It's so hard to get these guys to fire in combat, to have no combat penalty for... well, to even fire at all, because they need direct line of sight. Let's look at our religious situation here. Our religious situation is very good, and we haven't even built our second religious situation. What am I saying? Our second religious site. And we still got another one to build after that. So this our capital is just beautiful. Mwah! Just so good. Oh, it wants me to build 18 right there, huh? That's a lot of exploiting. I cannot deny. Let's do it. And we're still not maxing out our food, so let's see where the best farmer's quarter would be. $17. Okay, I'll take it. And these are now... we're getting so much we could build these really fast. 21 industry. The stonework's crazy good. Let's get that first. We'll build this stone walls to give us a boost to our stability within the midst of all that. My only concern is my cities are... well, no, they're not going to collapse for lack of luxury resources. They will no longer be giving me the big bonus. Alright. Yeah, I guess we just have to go around and try to see how far we can see. Yeah, there's no shallow water out there for us to go to, so they are coming back next turn. We'll try the same thing from up here, from our westernmost spot. And then we can try it again from up here.
At the catch.
What is the next unit? I don't know yet.
We've been going nowhere.
Customs
Shall we
Union,
try forward?
I'll accept it. Even though we've already traded everything, you might gain more things over time. What did we just unlock there? Imperial Power. No, we had that a second ago. Siege Tactics? Something like that. Alright, so we've only got 6 turns to decide. The only game in town. We don't need Ferocious, we don't need Swift, we'll take Learning. And it's actually going to boost us even faster. We might be outpacing this AI. Yeah, I know, but it's gonna go here, so it's okay, just chill. So this one actually finally has hit a stability wall, so we can now take this opportunity... Oh, it built both walls too. Okay. Common quarters here is not out of the range of possibility, and then we can put a farm here. No. Put the farm here. And as I mentioned earlier, I want to cut down this forest to make that farm even a little bit better. Because we're not going to be using that forest. Nobody is. An encampment. Rhetoric researched. Yay. But hold on. What do you mean, encampment? Okay. But this is my territory. You can't do... Like, what are you doing here? You can't be here. This is mine. Can we get all the way out there? No, but we're going to reveal as much as we can through this turbulent water. And we still can't quite see the new world. Alright. Head back. Give it one more college try up there. Let's see. Cultural agreement gives us boost to influence. We might need that in the near future. And what is that? That is a quadrime, which has 4 movement, damaged by consecutive turns in deep water. Didn't we just unlock a quadrime? Oh no, we're unlocking it now. Okay. Presumably this upgrades into that, in which case maybe we'll be able to go exploring a little bit more, instead of just dying immediately after. Alright. Cut this down. Use it. Alright, are we going to get to 80 pop? Maybe. 10 turns for this city. 2 turns. Okay, that'll work. This is actually going to lose a population in 10 turns. Ooh. This city is perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Where are we vis-a-vis our... Oh, we're so far away from the 350 from our gold here. I don't want to go to the next era yet. I'm a little too far ahead. I wonder if I shouldn't consider a science-based civ. Gosh, they're all good! Ah, slaves. I don't like ever choosing the civic. I don't want criminal slaves or war slaves. Oh, you know, I never noticed it told you which empire made these choices so that you can stay close to them. If you don't choose the same, they won't be happy about it, and they will get a grievance against you for choosing... Or is it just slavery that affects this? Huh. It seems like it. It would be nice if that was... on more of these. But it looks like this one just has a bigger impact on international relations. Farmer's slot on city or outpost per commons quarter and 2 food on garrison. I don't know when I would ever choose that. It's okay. There are other civics that also have an outsized influence on your international relations, not just slaves. But both of them reducing stability on something. Commons Quarter's entire purpose is to give you stability, so it's annoying to me that I would have to lose that in order to what? Just slightly increase my population? Because I guess if you have a lot of garrisons and you're getting your stability from garrisons, because you can get up to 10 per garrison, whereas your common quarters have to be surrounded by other districts in order to get them, so they could be taking up valuable resources. So I could see this is, yeah, that's what this is. This is a choice between I'm using my garrisons for stability or I'm using my common quarters for stability. But if you're not using if you're using your garrisons for stability, then in this case it's saying you can use commons quarters to get a little extra food on your garrisons? Like, okay. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't want either of those things. Ah, so here, if we upgrade these guys, now they can actually travel out into the world. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go from our closest point here. And I think they get like 2 turns before they have to pull back at least. We'll see. But we've researched. There's nothing else we can research, so we gotta advance here. So now we really have to push. Push comes to shove, we gotta choose. So if we're gonna try to get to the new world, but here's the thing: in the medieval era, the Norse are the only ones that can get to the new world, right? We just can't, because the cog. No, not the cog. Where's the boarding vessel? Not the boarding vessel, but the thing that your units turn into. Is there none in the medieval era that upgrades? It's just this one from classical. This guy here. Transport galley. Destroyed by spending more than 1 turn on coastal water. So, it's not the cog, it's the caravel, I think. This is actually a military vessel. This is it? Yes, the caravel. So it's not until the early modern that you can get scouting units. You can get naval units over to the New World, but you can't get actual units over there unless we pick Norse. Wow, 30 stability per garrison. That's crazy. I didn't realize it ever went that high. All right. I gotta stop putting this off. We went so far ahead that we're being forced out, which means maybe we should consider the Umayyads? Science on Religious District. Our current specialty district is considered a religious district. So all of those districts that we already built is a religious district. Including wherever we put our religious... I don't remember what our religious site, our holy site, was placed. Huh. I completely lost track of it. Where did I put that thing? Did I keep it near to my cities this time? Did this? No. It's Canal Network. Huh. Oh well, I guess it's not super important. I assume I built it somewhere. I can't not have any, right? Because I'm taking over the world with my religion. There's no way I don't have some religious district going on somewhere. But it's not here. Do I really have 0 religious districts? How is that even possible? How is... Oh, these guys must have converted to me, to my religion, in order to not have a grievance against me, I guess? Because this whole time I've been here with builders, I really probably should have been trying to boost these guys. Because I need to build this statue of Zeus, and I think this is the best spot for it. Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna go with that. Let's settle that right there. And the only way this stupid thing gets built is if I go through my cities right now and queue it up, because I will forget. I will forget pretty quick. Alright, now they're all helping. This one needs the food. I think, you know what? I could stay in this era for a little bit longer to get this agrarian star. That was my question. So, this agrarian star is worth 200 right now. If I go into the next era, is my new goal going to be significantly higher than this 80? I think it is. So I think I just want to stay for like the one turn it's going to take to increase my population by 1. So we're going to not have any science output for a turn. There we go. Now we got that fame. Now we can go. So, let's take a look at these one at a time. Bonus population per ransack. I don't think we're planning on going to war. We've got a nice little empire here. Byzantines. Bonus money per district in all cities. Money per horse. We have a lot of horses. That could really just absolutely catastrophically shoot us to the moon with money. And money per adjacent horse deposit. So if you can manage to put that right next to your horse deposit, it would be nice if it was right on the border, then I could get 2 of them, but it looks like it's not. I couldn't put it over that. Now, is that quarter one of the ones that can be built? Yes, does not require being connected. So you place that right next to your horses, you get the big bonus. Franks, Scriptorium is a religious district. Franki Milaitis. But this also gives us a bunch of science. The thing is, with the science, we are not having a problem producing it. We're probably producing too much. Whereas, if we go with the Umayyads, not only are we getting a nice big boost to our science with the bonus on all religious districts, including this Grand Mosque and all the other ones that exist, but we're also getting the opportunity to research into the future, give us more time in that era. And the Norsemen being able to get to the New World first is its own big boost. Because seafaring mastery is where it will be, I believe. Quick check. Did I already build all my specialty districts in every city? Yes, 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 yes. All of them are built. Okay. I think we go Umayyads and we just try to crank it. The English as a possibility. Industry on farmers' quarters is nice. Don't get me wrong. Stronghold replaces a garrison, or counts as a garrison, I guess. But it produces extra food, extra stability, and extra combat strength for units around it. If we were really worried about defense, they're pretty dang good. But I think we're fine, especially if we're going to, like, start researching so far ahead of everybody. I'm more and more convinced I'm going with the Umayyads. Sorry to take forever on that decision, but we're about to end the night anyway. So, let's do it. Woo!
You intrigue me. Let's talk.
Let's talk, but when you see me again, I will be very different.
Wisdom. As far as innovation goes, the Umayyads were famed for mathematics and medicine. But I have to say that their cities as well were true jewels of civilization.
One last question before we log off for the evening. Dr. Kane, do you know what determines when you can go up and down cliff faces? Because normally you can't go up and down cliff faces, but I've noticed that units can go up and down cliff faces sometimes, and it seems to have to do with the fact that districts are involved. I think if you have a district above or below, you're allowed to go up and down the cliff, or maybe you need to have both of them. I can't figure that out. I haven't been able to be in a good position to test it. Let's see. So we're going to take 35 this turn. So we can basically make one more push to see what's out here, and then we have to turn back. Huh, still can't find anything. Damn, that new world is elusive. Alright, so these guys can come back to here and not die. Alright, we're building that new statue of Zeus. It's a religious district. It'll help boost our faith. We know that religious districts are going to give us a lot of bonus to our science. Our science has jumped up to 433 now. And theology seems like the right place to go. Bonus science per researchers, but more importantly, a city cap, which will give us an extra, what, 10 influence per turn, which is not bad, but also gives us the possibility of maybe splitting off one of our cities. You can go up and down cliff faces if you're Alpini, or you're in a helicopter, or you're the Australian, or there's an urban district in the adjacent tiles below and above. Okay, that was my suspicion. I just wanted to see if you could confirm it. Transoceanic trade. Globe shrinks as commerce links. What does this mean? Oh, you're allowed... Okay, you're right. You cannot trace across ocean tiles until you get to this. Now remember. Alright, and this is the colony model. So if we get here, we can split off one of our cities, or maybe two of our territories, and convert them into its own city. Problem there is I don't know where I would do it. I would say it could be this territory and this territory, except I've just built the statue of Zeus on the assumption that it can exploit this woodland river. Now, I wouldn't lose a lot. But you know how I feel about losing the ability to exploit rivers. And honestly, the capital still has plenty of surplus stability, and it's going to get more with this statue here. And I could even build another dome. Like, I don't think splitting them off and making another city that has to then build all the same infrastructure... Actually, no, it doesn't have to build all the same... It'll have more infrastructure! It'll have more! Because it's going to use the colony model thing. Oh, that makes me so mad. Guess this could be its own... No, because I have built these with the assumption that these districts... Oh, they don't need to... Those are... Oh. Maybe. Maybe this could be its own city. We could detach this and form it into its own city. This one then loses out because it doesn't have any farmers' districts, and it's going to lose a lot of population pretty quick. Putting some farmers' quarters over here, this one could last on its own. This one would lose out because it doesn't have a lot of production. It could, I guess, with these woodlands. Oh, man. I think that's a possibility. It's a strong possibility we're going to consider next time. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dr. Kane, for the mod. It's a ton of work. I super appreciate it. Everybody, go check out the Vanilla Improvement Project. It is super good. It's the reason that I'm enjoying Humankind again. And thank you for taking the time to pop into the chat and answer some of my annoying questions. Have a good one, everybody. We will hopefully be back on tomorrow evening around 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Have a good one.